The buyout process. Once a job is awarded, the estimate is just numbers on a paper. Buyout is the process of turning those numbers into real commitments with subcontractors and vendors. Contracts that lock into the scope, price, and responsibility. Let's break it down into steps. Scope review. You're going to be comparing the subcontractor and vendor proposals against the drawings and specs and make sure that nothing crucial is excluded. Then you're going to choose your partners not just on price, but also on experience and performance. Negotiation. Clarify inclusions, exclusions, and risk. This is where you decide who owns what. Award. Issue the subcontracts or purchase orders tied directly to cost codes so tracking is clean. Track savings. Compare awarded numbers to the estimate. This is how you know whether you've created savings or uncovering overruns. Why does buyout matter so much? It controls the cost. You are replacing the assumptions with real numbers and real commitments. This builds your team. Now you know what companies, what subcontractors, and what vendors are officially coming on board on your project. It sets the tone. Getting your scope clear and contracts reduced, defining your clear scope on your contracts reduce the disputes later. And it reveals savings or overruns early, giving you time to protect your margin. Tracking buyout savings can be used to offset overruns in other trades. You could also set aside contingency or improve your profit margin. The key is logging them clearly so everyone knows where they went. In your Excel sheet for this module, you'll see two new tabs, buyout and a subcontractor log. I have added some changes and the changes are highlighted. Green are the items that are going into buyout because these are the ones that are going to be subcontracted out. I've also added in account codes. Generally, these are coming in from accounting. These columns are from the original estimate, but I will be hiding them in the future. In the last exercise, I asked you to baseline the budget. If you noticed from the last exercise, there was a human error from the estimate. This subtotal did not grab this contingency line item. That's a downfall from using Excel, is that there is human error. So instead of the difference between $99,289 from the estimate to the proposal price, the difference is actually $38,388. That difference is now added into the contingency line item. So this is where I'm baselining the project. The baseline budget, the direct costs are the same, 1.218. This has changed and this has changed. My total baseline now is $1.5 million. Throughout the rest of the course, this is what will be compared to the actual pricing, not the estimate price. You will also see one other tab called Subcontractor log. You might call it a different log. It might be in another system. But what this Subcontractor log does is the intention is that on this Excel sheet, I have my budget code, my account code for accounting, the scope item, company name, and the original contract amount. So my contract amount is total to $843,000. This gives me the detailed information of all of my contracts. This buyout log right here will show me where I am against that baseline. From all of my committed items that I need to contract out, I'm fully bought out. The $7,050 is my buyout savings. For future reference, I have added a buyout savings line in which I will add in the $7,050. Please note that this is just an example. This is the line item of how I'm reporting this specific buyout. You may do something different based off of your organization, your procedures, and some organizations will leave it over or under budget. As you review this Excel sheet, ask yourself, Is the baseline budget different from what you expect on your projects, and why? And how does your buyout process compare to what you've seen in the field? Do you usually capture savings, or do they usually disappear inside the budget? Also, the subcontractor log. Does this give you enough visibility as a project manager? What are you missing? Key point for reflection is that this log is just an example. Real value is in thinking about how you build them for your own projects, how you're already doing it on your projects, and recognizing where disconnects can creep when buyout isn't done right. Done well, contracts and buyout create the financial foundation of the project, and they're how you can protect margin from day one. As a wrap up, contracts define risk and certainty, and buyout translates paper estimates into real commitments. Tracking savings protects the project's bottom line, and this gives you a quick mental note. More defined scope equals more certainty for owners and more risk for the contractor. So to get this right, you need to set the foundation for the entire project. Next up is going to be change management.